So, here we are on North. Green team for this game will be Resin. They're going to be ring Conde, Des Moines, Henry, Shimmer, Elbing, Druid. I like the no battleship compositions on both sides. Battleships are very expensive and we don't really need them. And 3X is going to be ring Annapolis, Yodo, Marseille, Elbing, Daring, Marceau, and Halland. Halland. I do like the Marceau. The Marseille should be able to go for a fast cap on either one of these, probably the C cap. Unless you've invested in a French DD yourself, you don't really have a way of stopping that. Henry 4, not something we see too often. Yodo, I don't know, man. I would have rather brought an Elbing. I would have rather... I don't know which is cheaper. I genuinely don't know which is cheaper. Alright, let's take like some builds, starting with 3X, because they're here. Kinnymod in his Marseille going to be running outnumbered and top grade gunner. Not going to take survivability. X going to take an improved adrenaline rush from John Jack on Haw, as well as Superintendent Reload mod. We have the Halland Vial running full gunboat. He's actually leg mod. Leg mod, torpedo slot 3, RPF, fearless brawler, adrenaline rush improved by Jersey Swirsky. I like that build. Elbing here for John the Ruthless, going to be running AFT reload mod, and then heavy AP and no BFT. We have the Yodo of faster motion running full torpedo spec, but main battery reload, and the dispersion mod. We have Daring and Marcelo Pello going to be running improved flooding chance, gunboat, RPF, superintendent, extra heal, and Atlas Blood Legend going to be running a relatively standard build here. Radar mod. We will look at Kinnymod. Right, let's go have a look at the other team. Right, we got over here for Resin. Henry 4, going to be running relatively standard concealment build. We have a Shimakaze, who is running leg mod. I don't know what the torps are. Swift and Silence as well. He might actually get there before, well, the Marceau didn't go that way. Druid here, going to be running AFT, so he will be able to shoot from outside of radar range of Moscow's and friends. We have Des Moines here, we're running a legendary module, which is the standard build. We also got the radar mod in there. We have the Elding here with RPF, AFT, and reload mod. And then finally we have the Shimakaze of Elite, who is going to be running RPF, double torpedo builds, improved turret rotation, legendary module, no Swift and Silence. Taking a look at the initial deployments over the A-cap for the green team of Resin. We're going to be sending Shimmer, Elbing, and Des Moines. So that'll be an Elbing-Des Moines smoke combination. A-cap is going to be Druid, Shimmer, Conde, Henry. And then finally over at C, we have the Marceau all the way out wide for the early spotting, Daring in the cap. Then we have an Annapolis behind the island here. And we have the Marseille going up the 10 line. So I'm going to quickly head over the 10 line because as we see, the Henry 4 has been spotted already. We'll see if we can get a nice little angle to keep everybody in shot just in case anything happens over there. I see everybody in shot. You know, there's a Marceau there. Right, Daring and Marcelo has taken the C cap for free. Let's check out these torpedoes here. I don't think they're going to be too much of a threat now. They're already way past these. So yeah. Henry 4 is still spotted by the Marceau on the flank. Haven't discovered the Shimakaze yet. Kinnymod might get spotted by this Shimakaze going deep here. He is taking the he's taking the aggressive approach in the most passive route he can. Knows where the Conde is. I'm not sure if I really like the idea of having to push into Conde Henry. Torpedo 1 connects with the Henry 4. He is hydroing. Still managed to take one. He's now got to dodge another couple of rocks as well, but he's going to be getting in between those ones. That's a nice little Marceau torpedo on the bow. Gonna pop a DCP for that, and then the Marceau can start working him down with HE. Annapolis not needing to get involved in the game yet. Daring still sat at the cap, complete screen and control. Meanwhile, over on the flank here, the Elbing Des Moines push hasn't really gotten anywhere yet. I think you need to do something with this. You can't just sit there. You need to play this flank aggressively if you're losing C control already. Shimakaze being pushed into by Halland and Yodo. Oh, we see Peyton the Rockhider and his Henry is now the target of the farming. I'm not sure if Blood Legend has shots. No, he's got shots on Ocean Man's Conde though. Shimmer dodging torps up here? He's alright, yeah. I like how we can see all the torpedoes on the minimap now. It's really nice addition, that mod. Druid getting kind of like caught in front of Daring and Annapolis. He's deep within Annapolis radar range too, so yeah, that looks like it could be a painful experience for him. Shimakaze is going to be rotating back over here. Eagle Land's going to be trying to contest this cap. There is the Annapolis there. They know where it is. Annapolis pops his radar. We'll be spotting the Druid. Shimakaze is going to get the warning and just like, don't come in, don't come in. We're radar right now. Just gets caught in it, but I don't think he's the one that's going to be getting too ruined right now. Daring going to be smoking up, not allowing the Annapolis to jump inside it as well. Druid going to be shooting back, but not really going to be able to do much, man. A couple of questions about how the points were decided. Basically, they were decided by mostly the NA guys, along with a little bit of input from other people, based on a number of factors, including perceived competitive value and strength, and popularity. But as we can see, the Druid is being funny buttoned in the face, and he's dead. Meanwhile, wall of torpedoes from the Shimakaze. Blood Legend having to accelerate. That's Shimakaze torpedoes and Blood Legend and American heavy cruisers. Name a more iconic duo. Sorry, Blood. Not sorry, Baz. Des Moines Elbing push is starting to make its way down. Yodo of faster motion being bullied by them. At this point, I think you this is where we start questioning 3X's ship choices. They've never won a tournament, right? Yes, exactly. I made the same joke about PTA stomping a new about Shaft stomping a newcomer clan called whatever their old name was. What was their previous name? It was PTA, right? Wasn't it? Yes. Too many names, man. Too many names. Anyway, moving swiftly along. Marseille Kinemod being allowed to push with the Marceau in support for spotting. The Annapolis has been successfully extracted from the cap. Honestly, I think you send Blood Legend to the map border, like just set maximum range. You don't really want to play too aggressively with your Annapolis right now, because you don't want to risk losing it for the rest of the tournament. You are kind of winning this map already. You do have the Elbing... You do have the Elbing Des Moines smoke push going on, though. Marceau going to be opening up on Peyton here in his Henry IV. Going to leave him on a double permafire as he runs away. Just from that Henry HE. Still blind shots coming in as well. Good blind shots as well. Gets another fire on him. We're about to see an Elbing explode, I believe. He is... Oh, no. He's not in Des Moines radar range. Des Moines has already used his radar about a minute ago. This Elbing is being forced out. He is going to be gunboating on his way out. He needs to be careful and not to get too explodified. He's also parking up here, dropping torpedoes aggressively. He does know the range of the Des Moines radar, so I don't know how long he's planning on staying there. His Des Moines radar will be up soon. Oh, he does have, like, lovely salvos in the broadside of this Elbing right now. And I don't see a way for Wolfman to disengage here. Also, the Shimakaze is being chased out of this as well by the Howland of Vile. You know, the full gunboat Howland. Wow, they just lost 3 ships. That one, and also the Henry IV died up here. And they extracted Blood Legend successfully, so they didn't lose any ships for, yes. The simultaneous triple kill. That's what 3X stands for. 3X dead ships at the same time. The more you know. Alright, well anyway. Game 1, going over to PTA. Do I have a winner scene on this? I do. That was, of course, only the first game on our best of 3. Right, hang on. Why isn't there a stinger out of that scene? Why is there not a stinger out of that scene? That's one scene that should have a stinger coming out of it, for God's sake. Anyway, yes, so. Next map will be taking place on Loop. Interesting choice in that game. The complete lack of battleships made for a very interesting meta. We hate Overmatch. We hate battleships in general. Can you run a double battleship comp with a viable points lineup? Let's have a look here. Ship points. So you could run like, okay, let's assume you go for like the double cheap options, right? Let's just take 2 Yamatos for as an example. That'll get you 132 points, which means for 5 ships you then have 170-ish. You can take 4 Elbings. Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, you could in theory run a double battleship comp. In fact, you probably run a Satsuma in that case. It's only 10 points more. Actually, it's only 6 points more. Yeah, battleship's overrated. Ocean Man. Yeah, so honestly, this I would love to like do some professional analysis of that game, but I don't know what to analyze. Like the Conde didn't really do much on the 10 line, neither did Henry. Like they had the shimmer. They had the shimmer to outspot them or so, but they just never did it. And you should have had Henry plus Conde just to exploderize it in the face. But we don't do exploderizing the face. This is where it would be nice to have a co-caster to talk to, but Henning said no because I like asked him this morning. And he's like, what? Imagine giving me warning. Now we don't do warning here. We don't do wargame. I'm wargaming now. We're gonna let you know at the last possible second that your services are required. So yeah, just drop everything. Fly to Prague. All right, okay, yeah, that sounds a good idea. Actually, I'll come to Prague. Yeah, that'd be great. I am an entertaining streamer. You totally watch my content. My content is amazing. It's literally just me sitting here. Let's look at the points again. In fact, let's look at Tournament TV. Who's winning? So this scene has a fucking stinger. Matches in progress. KSC versus Oh Boy. Well, apparently that's already finished. Okay. Okay, no, that's finished. Why is that in the matches in progress? Where's the actual matches that are in progress? You know, like this one and the other ones. The tournament gathers 12 participants. The tournament is organized by wargaming.net. Let's battle. Hang on. Let me just, Eat. There. So when a ship is destroyed, that's it gone. Right, it's only that way for the super ships. Only that way for the tier 11s. It's the flagship rule. Let me show you the flagship rule, because I'm being asked about it. It's the flagship rule. Teams may only bring a maximum of one super ship, which is designated as their flagship. Only one flagship per team may be used in a game. If a team's flagship is destroyed in a game, that team will be unable to field that specific flagship. For the rest of the tournament, teams may select any remaining super ship for use of their flagship in subsequent games. Flagship. It's the flagship rule. Which is kind of brutal when you consider some teams enter with a seed and have to play one less round. But, you know, it's an invitational. They can do whatever they want. I don't know about how I feel about its competitive integrity, considering some teams have a weaker bracket and thus less likely to lose their flagship in a battle, and therefore other teams can play without having to risk even bringing a flagship, let alone losing it. Anyway, that's enough of that. We are getting ready to get into game number 2 on loop. This game, 3x will be on the green team with the same lineup. And the red team will be the same lineup for RESIN as well, it looks like. This is 3x and 3x stuff. Yeah, pretty much. Right, everybody appears to be ready. Loop. The next map is loop. It's not to be determined. It's been determined. It was determined to be loop, surprisingly enough. Just for anyone curious about how many more games we have today, we should be going on from this series, potentially a game 3, or potentially a game 3 of another series. We then have the winners bracket round, and then we have a losers bracket round after that. So 2 more best of 3s following this one. And we are indeed getting underway, so let's head on over to the game scene, which is somewhere over here. I will eventually find it. There's a button somewhere. Yay, this one! So, green team for this game will be 3x. I'm going to switch to the Smons. Yay! So, 3x in the green team. Going to be running Conde, Puerto Rico, Hindenburg, Elbing, Daring, Druid, and Ragnar. Meanwhile, RESIN going to be bringing out the big guns here. We've got a Conde, Petropavlovsk, Henry 4, Shimakaze, Elbing, and a Druid. Take a look at some builds. Wonderful, wonderful builds. Right. Hang on. Anyway, Shimakaze here, running the legendary module RPF. You know, we have Druid here running AFT. We have Conde running, you know, relatively standard builds, Survivability Expert. He's running Oboinyo, deciding not to run Jean-Jacques Honor. We have the Henry IV, who was deciding to run Jean-Jacques Honor with the improved Adrenaline Rush. We have another Shimakaze for Eagle Lance running RPF and Swift and Silence. We have this Elvin here, going to be also running RPF AFT. And we have the Petropavlos behind that, running no radar mod, running the prop mod protection, the engine room protection. Alright, meanwhile for the green team, have a look at their builds. Daring of Marcelo Pello going to be running RPF, Flooding Chance. We have the Elving of John the Ruthless, going to be running AFT, a Heavy AP, Incoming Fire Alert. Wait, hang on. Yes, sorry, I got confused because I switched over to the Hindenburg for a second. Blood Legend here, running a very, very standard build. We got the Puerto Rico here with both Fearless Brawler and Outnumbered. We have the Ragnar here, running AFT. Instead of BFT, is taking the Torch versus the spare point. Conde here of Kinney Mod, going to be running top grade. Oh, sorry, that's not Kinney Mod, that's Fast Emotion. My apologies. He's going to be running top grade Gunner. He's going to be running improved Adrenaline Rush. Sorry, I see French Cruiser. I assume Kinney Mod. And Vile and the Druid going to be running RPF, not running AFT. So you will have a little bit of an issue trying to get into the. It's only a Petro. It's like 2 salvos. Although the funny button might hurt. Right, let's take a look at some deployments. So, green team, sending over the 8-cap. We have Elbing, who went for the catch anything pushing into me approach. We have the Petro, Ragnar, and Hindenburg heading over at the side here. Petro might be playing this radar position. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of it. And then we have the Daring, who's going to be contesting the cap. He's going to be matched by Conde, Henry, Druid, and Shimmer. Petropavlos kiting and Spawn, looking for angles on this side, I guess. And then we have Shimmer and Elbing over here, and they're going to be running into Druid, Conde. So, kiting super ship with a Druid spotting for it on this flank. Torpedoes back and forth. Daring is hydroing, so he shouldn't have too many issues with these. Although he does see them, and he does have mild issues with them. Mild issues. Daring does have the improved acceleration as a Royal Navy destroyer, so he gets out of there quite happily. Nothing happening on the opposing flank yet. Druid's going quite deep for spotting, but he's not really going to run anything. Going to be holding that little middle island against Shimmer Elbing. I don't know what's been spotted yet. Has anything been spotted at all? Henry spotted, Conde spotted, Perto is spotted, Hindenburg hasn't been spotted, Conde hasn't been spotted, Petro has been spotted. Okay, cool. So they know where all the cruisers are for Resin, which means they can play around this quite happily now. Conde's got himself spotted too, Perto's got himself spotted too, Hindenburg's now spotted as well, so now all the cruiser positions are known. Apart from the Elbing, which is basically a cruiser at this point. Daring torpedoes did not catch the Conde, however they have delayed his crossing. Puerto Rico are going to be looking for salvos on this. This is the flagship farm flags. Yes, only detonation flags. Conde and Henry are going to be opening up on the Puerto Rico, who was saving his salvo for that entire time. Petro's going for it as well. Looks like the entire focus is on Kinney-Mod's Puerto right now. Daring and Druid will be hydroing each other through the rock. Conde and Henry looks like the much scarier thing to have to be hydroed by, like in front of, sorry. Conde and Henry look like they're going around the corner, and that's going to put Blood Legend in a bit of an awkward position, having one of them at his stern, or two of them at his stern. Because Hindenburg can't run away from this. Hindenburg's slowest ship in the game, basically. Well, one slowest cruiser, matched only by Plymouth, I believe. Nothing really happening over on this flank. Druid is making his way slowly down. Conde in support. Petro's turret traverse is very, very long, by the way, so if he wants to get involved in this fight, if it actually breaks out, he's going to take a while, because the Petro's still looking for where the Petro's still looking for where the Puerto Rico is. Actually, are you changing guns? No, he's still looking over there. Although I think he's... No, he's still looking over there. Looking for the Hindenburg Blood Legend right now, I think. So, let's have a look how this push is going. Elving gets himself smoked up. Wall of torpedoes are dropped, but they're going to be hydrated by the Henry, Conde, and... well, the farming is commencing. Daring is getting himself a nice little farming angle. Druid's not in a position to do anything about it. Blood Legend heading forwards, going to be making sure he has appropriate torpedo angle if they try to come around the front of him, which I think they might be, honestly. Henry gets his torpedoes in-capped on that side. Does not have a Damacon available. Torpedoes reload in... I can't tell. Torpedoes reload in 1 second. Okay, you got the torps back. Didn't have the Damacon for it. So he can torpedo the Hindenburg, but you have to give point-blank broadside. You do have Henry troll on, but yeah. Look at the amount of damage he's just taken from the Daring plus... Elving Perto. Like, the Elving's just ruining his life. Also, this kiting Ragnar over here, too. Well, here comes the pincer maneuver. Henry at the front. Conde at the back. Here I am, stuck in the middle in Hindi. Oh, and like we say, he has to give full broadside to that, but he does get the torpedoes off. How many of them clip the rock? All 3 hit the rock! Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh no. And now the Conde is coming around the back. Blood Legend should have a top angle on this. I think he's just going for the ram. Tops. Does get the tops off, but only gets one of them. Hindenburg's top launchers are further forward than I thought. But the Conde is going to go down for that. That's a 2-ship for 1 trade, including your Conde, which is gone for the entire tournament now. But then again, I think your entire tournament might be in jeopardy in the first place because you're currently down 2 ships to... well, you're down 2 ships to 1 against 3x in the 1-0 series. Druid getting a little bit of a beating from an Elbing, but you just angled that and the AP is no longer scary, and HE DPM from Elbing isn't exactly the most ferociously terrifying thing in the world. Conde just in support here already and waiting if anything if the Shimmer wants to open up. Hydro not available for the Druid right now, having to reverse away from the Shimakaze who's permanently spotting him. Petro looks like he might be looking for shots as well. Yeah, Petro Salvo comes in. Does a little bit of a clap onto Vile, who's caught bow in and not having a very good time right now. Conde not in a position to do anything. Faster Motion probably going to have to turn himself around here because he doesn't really want to be stuck on this flank. Oh, he's already turned around. Oh, he's actually looking for the funny button salvo into the broadside of the Petro. What are we going to get out of this? Clonk, 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 clonk. Fuck all because it's a Petro. Okay, smoke comes back up for Vile, who's now able to disengage himself. The Petro radar is not available right now. Shimmer takes a couple of chunks, but nothing too scary. Conde didn't have shots because he'd already funny buttoned the Petro. What's happening back over here now? Looks like the Shimakaze and Druid are caught inside inside Puerto Rico radar with a Daring right in front of them as well. However, the Daring is kind of... well, the Shimmer's dead, and then he's just battle on the Druid. So the Druid has a slight issue when fighting other destroyers about the fact that you, like, only have AP. And how do you deal with low caliber AP in a destroyer? You go bow into it. Just ask any Minotaur worth get bullied by it. Also, however, he did knock out both turrets, so he's going to be able to sneak himself away. However, that's a Puerto Rico in his phase, and obviously Druid not having access to torpedoes doesn't have a really reliable way of instantly dealing with Puerto Ricos, who's just going to walk around in his face, combined with the Ragnar that's currently farming his face off. Back over here, we see the Shimakaze is looking for another couple of salvos at the Druid. Petro radar comes back out. They still haven't managed to pick up this the Druid of Vile. He's just going to sit there behind his little rock, burn through all of his heals, and not really be punished that much. Conde just decides, you know what? I don't need to be in this battle anymore. I'm leaving. I'm going to save my ship for the next game. Alright, well, let's go watch the Druid die. Choose your death. Do you choose Puerto Rico? Do you choose Elbing? Or do you choose the Ragnar? Turns out he has chosen Elbing. Death by Elbonk. Again, Elbing has the same issue usually, but again, like, Elbing has the option to load HE. Puerto Rico comes up the stern. Phrasing. And takes him out. Shimakaze now flat broadside to the Druid, eating all of the AP because he went to go get some torpedoes on him. Vial going to be tearing a new hole in him. He's going to be looking for the final little tap, but he just reverses around the corner. And he still has 500 HP remaining. He's got no heals left. Shimmer takes down the Druid. But there's a Conde ready, I'm waiting. And now this just leaves the Elbing and the Petropavlovsk with their 2-cap disadvantage. I don't think Penta, whatever they're called now, 3X are at any risk of losing their super ship in this game. Or the game itself. Conde pops the reload booster. Clink, 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 clink. Takes out half the Elbing's HP in one salvo. Reverses. Reverses some more. Reverses some more. Reverses some more. Trying not to give any side to the Petro. Giving a lot of side to the Elbing, but, you know. Henry Troll Armor is going to make it quite hard to Citadel. Especially at this angle. He's shooting the belt and not getting much. There's the Petro salvo. This is where I'm pretty sure RESIN at this point are just going for the Conde kill out of spite. It's like, alright, we want to at least take out your Conde. I don't think they're going to get it. So Conde doesn't see the Elbing right now, but he knows exactly where he's about to come from. Funny button, armed and ready. Elbing comes around the corner. Plonk, 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 straight at the belt. Now, does he get the martyrdom kill? That's a lot of torpedoes coming towards that Conde. What is the appropriate dodge action? The dodge action is to reverse and turn in. And he's going to minimize the amount of torps. He's going to take, like, 1 here. He's going to take 0. So even with a martyrdom, the martyrdom Elbing doesn't even get to trade the Conde out. Petropavlov's going for his best chance. Petro's probably going to try and go for the ram here. He's got 59 seconds on the clock. Petro, all the Petro cares about right now is trying to ram off this Conde. Just like, you're eliminating us from the tournament, we're going to ruin your chances as much as possible. Conde just continually reversing away. 15 seconds. Petro's not going to get the ram off anytime soon. And with that, Penta will pick up a... Sorry, 3X will pick up a clean 2-0. Good fight, good night. I do like this Team Alpha as the winner popping up on the scoreboard now. It's actually quite nice. But yes, congratulations to PTA taking this series 2-0. Or 3X taking this series 2-0.